The Bell Boxing Club is getting primed to present Vengeance 2, an all-ages amateur boxing event sanctioned by Boxing Ontario.
We have a number of fighters around from the area, a lot of local guys that we're real proud of. We've been with them for a number of years. They've been with us for a number of years, and you're going to see some great action and some great bouts coming up.
Among the local fighters is Danny Hockaday.
Danny's going to do really well. Of course, he always does well. He's just a natural, beautiful boxer, and just shows his skill out there, no matter who you put him up against. He's very confident and has a skill behind him to back that up.
Hockaday, the Ontario middleweight novice silver medalist, is in the main event, but says he isn't feeling the pressure.
It's not bad. It's just still a fight, still a boxing match. It doesn't really matter. It's you know, there's no blame game. If you you know, if something goes wrong, it's your fault, and it's up to you to correct it. And you know, if your opponent, if you're training for a fight and he's training harder than you, you know, you deserve to lose.
Though he won't be in his corner, Danny's father won't be far away from the action.
Scott and Lori gave me the opportunity to be the timekeeper in the local fights, so I just love that. It's front row seats, and you know, I try to not to be too emotional when he's up front. I just try to think of him as another fighter and keep my eye on the time.
You can catch Dynamite Danny Hockaday and 11 other bouts at Vengeance at the Venue 2, taking place April 30th. Tim Helferty checks Newswatch, Peterborough. It was a soggy gray morning at Westmount Public School today, but the dreary surroundings quickly brightened with the arrival of the Pedal for Hope team, a group of dedicated police officers who cycle over 1,000 kilometers, visiting local schools and delivering a message about kids living with cancer.
This is all about kids in our community fighting cancer. We're like a big brother program for a lot of the kids that are fighting cancer. So every kid in the community that's hooked up with the Canadian Cancer Society gets adopted by a police officer on our Pedal for Hope team. We talk to the family, we talk to the kids, and if there's any way that we can put a smile on the face of a kid fighting cancer, then it helps out with us, and that's what the theme's all about.
In 7 years, the Pedal for Hope team has visited over 320 schools and spoken to over 100,000 students. But for Habgood, it's always special to start at Westmount.
Westmount School is always our first one. We kick off here every year in memory of Graham Clark. And Graham was my little buddy that I rode for. He lost his battle in 2007, and always I shaved my head at the first school here in memory of Graham.
The head shaving quickly became contagious.
It actually was just sort of spur of the moment. One of the CYWs here, the Child and Youth Workers, came up to me and noticed that I had quite a bit of hair, long hair, and he said, "You do it, I'll do it." And sure enough, got up on stage and off it went.
While on tour, the team will visit 50 different schools in Central Ontario, raising money and awareness for pediatric cancer. After raising their first million last year, the team begins its quest for the second million. Tim Helferty checks Newswatch, Peterborough.
Ball down!
The Peterborough Junior Lakers lacrosse team began training camp for the 2011 season on Monday. Back at the helm for his second year as head coach is lacrosse great Matt Giles of the NLL's Minnesota Swarm.
Last year I think we took a lot of young kids because we knew we had to develop, and I think those kids are really matured and we're expecting a lot more. We should be the high end of the middle of the pack this year, and that's our expectations.
The minor Lakers are still waiting on the likes of leading scorer Matt Crow, Brendan Fox, and Tyler Baker to return from schools in the United States.
Right now in camp we're missing a lot of guys because they're down in NCAA playing field lacrosse, so when those guys return we'll definitely pick up the tempo of camp.
Those players, along with fellow returnees Turner Evans and Ty Belanger, should provide some experience and leadership to a team with some lofty goals this season.
This year was going to be a big improvement from last year. We finished off the year pretty strong after beating Orangeville, so we're just going to carry some momentum. We got basically this whole team back again for this year as well, so we're just hoping for a big season this year.
We got a good team this year. Everyone thinks it's like a rebuilding year for us, but we have a special group of guys here, and we have a good chance of going far this year.
New to the coaching staff is Buffalo Bandit star and former NLL Rookie of the Year Tracy Koluski.
You know, this year now that I'm here, living here, it made a lot of sense, and I'm lucky for the opportunity.
Koluski hopes to help forward the culture of lacrosse.
I'm a big culture guy. You know, we want to create a culture in lacrosse that's very much similar to, you know, Junior A hockey or AAA hockey. That mindset of just, you know, really cherishing the opportunity, and this is something that, you know, the opportunity that's out there. There's NCAA, there's pro lacrosse. You know, it opened up a lot of doors for me, and if you really put in the time and the effort, then, you know, you can reap the rewards later on down.
Tim Helferty, Checks Newswatch, Peterborough.
Congratulations, Elaine.
It was a night for celebration as the Peterborough and District Sports Hall of Fame announced the 2011 inductees. A diverse field of athletes were honored, with sports backgrounds ranging from hockey to rifle shooting.
It's really great, yeah. I really appreciate it, and it's a big honor to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Just had to have a little bit of patience. My name had been in for a long time, and I thought maybe they had, but they finally came through and got me.
Multi-sport athlete Doug Evans excelled in both hockey and lacrosse, winning a Mann Cup with the Peterborough Lakers in 1984 and logging 135 points in 355 NHL games.
It just means that all the stuff you've done in the years of your sports career, it makes it all worthwhile.
Leonard Minty joins his father Gordon in the hall for his achievements in swimming and paddling.
This is like a dream that I never dared to dream coming true. That's really what it is. And to be in with so many athletes that I respect, and my father in particular, it's a thrill.
Elaine Devlin is the sole female of this year's class, a versatile athlete who is noted for her achievements in softball.
It's pretty amazing when you think about the caliber of other people that you're inducted with. Like, that's the cool thing, that people actually think that, you know, I qualify to be in the same level as some of these guys. Like, that sits back and it's pretty awesome.
The late Ron Thompson was inducted for his achievements in soccer, his wife Tish accepting on his behalf. Unable to attend was Pete's and NHL alumni Robert Airy, a two-time Stanley Cup winner. A formal induction dinner will be held at the Evinrude Center on June 3rd at 7 o'clock. Tim Helferty, Checks Newswatch, Peterborough. The Oshawa Generals just one game away from a trip to the second round as they held a 3-1 lead over the Kingston Frontenacs. Game 5 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinal between the Generals and France. France down 3-1, and Killer's hoping his boys can save the season. But the Generals come out swinging and scoring as Tony DeHart plays follow the bouncing puck, with Christian Thomas batting the rebound by Nathan Perry. Perry, playing in just his third playoff game as usual starter Frankie Palaziz, is out with a bad hip. The Gens keep coming as Scott Valentine puts his twist on the children's classic Good Night Moon, hammering Nathan Moon in the open ice. Moon and the France would respond, though, as Ryan Spooner cleans up on the doorstep, knotting it up at 1 after the first. Jenny start up the second with deja vu as another DeHart point shot hops by Perry. Boone Jenner providing the tasty tip, 2-1 Gens. Perry looking for a water break, but the only thing on tap is more Gens offense as Luke Lesio shovels in his 5th to make it 3-1. Check out this hit by Scott Valentine. As Champ Kine would say, whammy. Gens close out the period with a play straight out of NHL 05 as Valentine goes roof daddy off the gorgeous Jenner feed. Jenner had himself quite a night, picking up a goal and 2 assists. Gens keep rolling in the third as a blast by DeHart goes through Perry on the 2-man advantage, pushing the lead to 4. DeHart would score again, as would Sean Jones for Kingston, but it would be too little too late. Gens take it 6-2.